Hey, it's your boy, Mr. Bojack. Facts. I have facts about the good show Bojack Horseman. Here's the top 10. Number 10. Bojack is a horse. Man. Anyways, so as you could probably tell, I am deciding to talk about the new Bojack Horseman episodes, because there's new ones. Believe it or not. I've talked about Bojack Horseman before, about a year ago, when the there's not 8 seasons. When the 5th season came out, I decided I wanted to review it when it came out, so I decided I'm just going to go on this nice long journey of reviewing all of the previous seasons in a separate video, and I did it. I accomplished it. Those were scripted videos, 1 through 4. Seasons 1 through 4, those reviews were like scripted videos. I thought them through. It was a time. It was a real time and a half. It was great. And then I was like, I need to push real hard to get the season 5 one out as quick as I can. And I made it, and it came out, and it became a really highly viewed video on my channel. It's like one of the top viewed videos on my channel, the season 5 Bojack Horseman review. I mean, the video's probably not that good, but like, it got views, so it's cool. So that means, hey, I have to review Bojack Horseman season 6. Or half of season 6, because guess what? They released only half of the season, and the other half's not coming till January. That's fun. What do I think of that? Well, I think it's just a tease. It's just a freaking mean little tease. No, just kidding. I think it's fine. I think it's good marketing and whatever. Like, it's nice, you know, you're really building up the finale, because I feel like at this point, because it's been a little over a year since the last season, a lot of people have kind of been forgetting about the show, and they're just kind of like, okay, and then like, oh, a new Bojack season just kind of pops up out of nowhere, and it's like, okay. But like separating it into these like 2 halves like is cool, because it like builds up to the other half. Like, you're like, oh, this Bojack's back. Yeah, you watch it and you're like, wait a minute. Whoa, that's a cliffhanger. What's going to happen next? Oh my gosh, there's 8 more episodes. I have to watch it. I have to wait till January 31st. And then you're hyped for the next 3 months until the new season. I think it's genius. So I'm only reviewing half of that season because they released it that way. I mean, I could wait for the other half to come out and review it all at once. But you know what? I can get 2 videos out of it this way, and here we go. So, interestingly enough, the other seasons have all had 12 episodes, and this season, when it's finished, is gonna have 16, so this is going to be the longest Bojack Horseman season once it's released. Currently, it's not, because it only has 8 episodes. Wow, half of 16 is 8. I can do math. But no, the other ones always had 12, which felt like a really a good number for the show. I think that number 12 episodes really worked for the show. It was enough to where they were able to tell the story they wanted to tell in each season without overplaying things, without it being overstuffed with pointless episodes, right? It was a nice sweet spot. 12 was a nice sweet spot. So it is interesting that they're doing 16 episodes for this last season. I think ultimately it probably will be a good choice, considering the fact that this is going to be the final season. I think it'll really help them really fully develop everything to bring it all to a close, tie off all the loose ends, all that stuff. So anyways, what did I think of the first half of this season, of this final season of Bojack Horseman? I think it's really keeping up the quality of the show. Like, the show has this weird, interesting thing where, like, from the beginning, it sort of gets better as it goes. Season 1 is good. Season 2 is better. Season 3 is better. Season 4 is better. But then Season 5 came, and I honestly did not like it as much as Season 4. I don't think I liked it as much as Season 3. I don't know exactly where it ranks. I've only actually seen Season 5 once, believe it or not. I'm probably going to rewatch them all before the new episodes, the rest of the other half of the season that we're in, that is season 6, comes out. I will inevitably rewatch the entire show. Yeah, and then this, so I was definitely skeptical because of that, because season 5 had a slight drop in quality. I'm not saying season 5 was bad, I still really liked it, I just don't think it hit the same heights as season 4 did. So I was like, okay, worried that if they kept going with the show, it would start to have a slow decline over time. And that's why I'm really happy that this is the final season, because I want this story. I love this story so much, and I think it really needs a good definitive ending to it. And that's good. It's not going to be one of those shows that just keeps going after it should have ended a long time ago. That is amazing. Until the ratings of season 6 are so high that they force them to make a new season, but the original directors are going to be like, no, we're not going to make this 7th season because our story is told. So they get some hack director who's terrible and they make it worse. No, that probably won't happen. If it does, I will probably cry. So yeah, this season is pretty good. I think it picks up where the last one left off. Spoilers, by the way, there will be spoilers in this here video. So if you made it this far into BoJack Horseman, where you've seen up to season 5, then I don't know why you're trying to figure out if you want to watch season 6. Like, just watch season 6. You're gonna like it. If you liked the other seasons, you're gonna like it. So go watch it. Here's some spoilers. It's on Netflix. If you don't have Netflix, sign up for 1 month just so you can watch BoJack, and then cancel your subscription. Like, come on. So this one picks off where the last one left off, with Bojack going into rehab, which is probably the best part of the season, is Bojack's story. As usual, I always like his story better. The entire show is sort of about Bojack becoming a better person. You start off, he's this narcissistic, asshole, depressed, terrible person who's constantly haunted by the terrible things he's done, but doesn't do anything about it. He's just like, yeah, I'm a terrible person and I'm going to keep living as a terrible person. As the show goes on, starting from around the end of the first season, he starts to realize his bad behavior and starts to realize he needs to do something about it. And the rest of the show is kind of him trying to, fix things, but then he always falls back to his bad habits, and it's just this cycle. And each season he seems to grow a little bit more by the end. Ultimately, season 4, I think, saw him with some of the most growth. And then season 5, he kind of regressed a little bit and then ended up in rehab by the end. And now we're here. And he actually becomes a better person by the end of these first 8 episodes. He, by the end, is he has completely sobered up, hasn't drank, done drugs, anything like that. He is working as a drama teacher at a college somewhere. I forget where. And you kind of feel good for him. You feel happy. You feel like he's finally happy. So you might be thinking, well, if that's the end of this first 8 episodes of the season, then where are they going to go with the rest of the 8 episodes? They have 8 whole more episodes. What more can they do with the character at this point? Well, it sets up some interesting things, especially in the last episode, in the 8th episode. We start to see, people are starting to uncover things, dirty, dark parts of Bojack's past. Things like his connection to Sarah Lynn's death, which is a huge theme throughout these 8 episodes. The opening sequence has, the stars from the planetarium where she died, in the background, and those sort of show up in background of things a lot in this season, and it really shows that that's a huge poignant moment in Bojack's life. I really like that. That starts to come back where there are these investigators investigating the death of Sarah Lynn, and they're finding more about it, and they will start to, over time, learn more about Bojack's involvement, you start to learn more, things start to resurface of his whole thing that happened when he went to New Mexico with Penny, if anybody remembers that, at the end of season 2. All these kind of terrible things that were just kind of left in the background, they happened and then he left them, and they're still in his head, terrible things he did in the past, but they're just kind of left in the past. Now it's showing he's probably gonna have to answer for some of his mistakes within these last 8 episodes, and it ends on a cliffhanger where you're genuinely really just intrigued by what's gonna go on next. And I'm kind of split on it in a way where it's on one hand, I feel bad for Bojack. I don't want him to have to face these things. Like, he is legitimately a better person now. So, like, he doesn't have to go through, and he has a good life. He doesn't have to go through all these things. But, like, at the same time, he did do these terrible things, so technically he should, like, pay for them. So you're kind of conflicted. And there's, like, reoccurring, like, a character, like, we start to learn more about, you know, Hollyhock actually meets, by the end of the 8 episodes, meets the kid who was there at prom with Bojack and Penny and the one other girl in that, like, episode. Like, later on as he's in college. The kid who was Repeat or whatever, and there was a funny little joke. And he's, like, scarred by this event that happened, which that character has never really been followed up on since then. Like, he just kind of, like, left him at a hospital with a extremely drunk, you know, probably, you know, alcohol poisoned girl with him, and he's probably traumatized by it, but you never really see that. They just kind of leave his character and he's just gone for the rest of the show. He was in one episode and that's it. And he just kind of comes back and you realize, oh, these things that he's done, that Bojack has done, have impact on people other than the main character people that we see has an impact on. It has an impact on all these other people, and this is resurfacing. And it's only started to happen in this 8th episode, so I'm really intrigued to see where it goes on from there. The other characters all have their own good stuff that's going on. The other characters have never been nearly as strong of characters as Bojack has for me. I've always liked them, but they've always been better off as side characters. They have their own subplots that I enjoy, but, like, they're not the things I go to see. I go to see Bojack's character, Bojack's development. So I don't really honestly have a lot to say about the other characters and their stories. I like them. They're fine. They serve their purpose. And that's kind of how I feel about a lot of the other characters. I like them in what they add to the show, but they're not the main meat of the story. The main meat of the story has been, and always will be Bojack. And I think that's going to be the challenge of these last 8 episodes, is giving us a perfect, satisfying conclusion to Bojack's story. And realistically, all the other characters' stories as well. It'd be nice to see something satisfying at the end. Yeah, there's a lot more I could get into. I mean, I could literally go episode by episode and be like, oh, this is what I think of this episode. This is what I think of this episode. I don't think there's a lot I can say. I mean, each episode is unique in its own, like, way. But yeah, overall, these are pretty good 8 episodes that really get me interested in the rest of the season. I can't really think about where I would rank it with the rest of the show. Like, it is technically half a season, so it's hard to say at this point. Currently, my ranking is still... Season 4 is number 1, then 3, then 2, then 1, and I still don't know where I put 5. You know, whenever I rewatch them and I do my final Bojack Horseman video, which will be the Bojack Horseman Season 6 Part 2 review, I might do a quick little overall ranking at the end of that video. Maybe I'll finally decide a place to put each season in my ranking when I rewatch it and everything, so... who knows? That'll come in January. So, yeah, thank you for watching this video. I know I haven't been uploading recently, and this is the first time I've uploaded in a while, other than my channel trailer I just uploaded. But thanks to anyone who's still on the channel, even though I haven't uploaded in forever. I definitely want to try to get back up and running with the channel. I do have a quick update video type thing coming out on Halloween. I didn't end up coming out with that big special Halloween horror short film that I talked about last Halloween. So I have a quick little video to talk about what's going on with that. That's going to hopefully come out on Halloween Day, so look forward to that. And I do have other videos planned. I just need time to make them. So, yeah, thank you for all your support. Anybody who still watches videos, thanks and goodbye.